Hello everyone. So today I just got a shipment of some more chemicals that I need because I've run out of some chemicals, so I ordered some more. And I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about the importance of buying lab grade chemicals, especially if you have a lab at home that you're working with or working on. It's definitely important to get lab grade chemicals because if you buy stuff at the pharmacy or at the hardware store, a lot of times they'll have fillers and other chemicals that will mess with your experiment or might neutralize things or might, in fact, react in a way that you don't anticipate. Because a lot of times the hardware store kind of stuff, you look at the MSDS sheet or the label and it'll tell you the active ingredient, but it won't tell you anything else. It'll say like other ingredients as listed on there, and you have no idea what it is. Now in this case I have isopropyl alcohol. It's let's see here, 99% lab grade. And now of course this is assuming that you can afford to order lab grade stuff, and assuming that whatever you need is available for you to buy. Like, I actually find a lot of my stuff on Amazon. You can actually buy a lot of lab grade stuff on Amazon. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to buy everything lab grade. If, for example, my hydrochloric acid, I have lab grade hydrochloric acid, which I use for experiments, but I also have muriatic acid, which is hydrochloric acid that you can buy at a hardware store, and that one's in a gallon, and it costs way less than this. But I use it for, like, if I have caked on minerals from an experiment on the glass and it doesn't come off with just regular soap and water, I'll put some hydrochloric acid on it to break it up, and then I can clean it. I do use, store-bought chemicals when the accuracy isn't important, like cleaning glass or something. But when it comes to actually doing experiments, as long as you can afford it or you can find it, sometimes you can't, it's definitely a good idea to actually buy the lab grade stuff. Even if it says, for example, that it's alcohol and water, let's say it's 70% alcohol, 10% or 30% water. I found that even when it says that, sometimes there's some impurities in there because the process of making it, they don't really care to, it's nothing that's going to hurt you or anything, but it might mess with an experiment. Like I said, you can find it in Amazon. Sometimes sometimes I'll order directly from these lab manufacturers like Fisher Scientific and so on. It's all about purity. It's all about trying to get removing all the variables that you can out of an experiment. That way the experiment will go well, and you can, if you're looking to get published in like a peer-reviewed paper, they're gonna look for like reagent lists sometimes. Like, what I'll do is when I write a paper, I'll write the manufacturer, the CAS number, all that kind of stuff on there in the paper, so they can see that it isn't just some stuff that I bought, at the store, and that, because sometimes they'll nitpick about that kind of stuff, especially if they know that a store-bought equivalent isn't going to cut it when it comes to an experiment. Now, what I do is whenever I get a new sample or a new chemical, is I actually have a chemical inventory, and the idea is so I can document it down, and in every month or so I'll actually go through the inventory and see if there's any chemicals that I need or that I'm missing. That's why I ordered this. And the form that I have here, it has the name, the regular name, like isopropyl alcohol, and then I put the chemical formula, and then I put the quantity of it. So this is 500 milliliters, which in this case, because it's something that I ordered already, I already have a space here. I just have to add that it came in. And I also put the concentration, because in this case I have sodium hypochlorite in 2 different concentrations, so I want to make sure I keep track of each. And then I put the CAS number when available, and the manufacturer, and a product number. That way, if I need to order it again, I order the exact same one so if I'm doing the same experiment again on something else, I know exactly which one I used and I can use it again. I also keep track of stock solutions that I create. So let's say this is 99%. Let's say I want to bring it down to a 10% concentration. I'll take this, put 10% in, put some water in, put it in a media bottle, and I'll label it. And what I'll do is I'll actually write it down. That way I know what stock solutions I have. So if I'm thinking of doing an experiment, of course, I'm not going to remember everything that's in there. I don't have to go through there searching to make sure I have something. I'll go right through here, see what stock solutions I have, and if I don't, then I'll make a stock solution. If it's there, then I know that I don't have to make it as part of the experiment. I can just continue on with the experiment. Like sometimes I'll put that it's a product of a reaction. So sometimes if I do another chemical reaction and there's a product that's left over, what I'll do is instead of throwing it away or disposing of it, if it's a pure enough form, what I'll do is I'll filter it, I'll get it pure enough, and then I'll put it in a media bottle and save it just in case, because my luck, I'll have sodium acetate, I'll throw it away because I don't need it, and 2 weeks later there's going to be I'm going to pull up a protocol that I need to use, and it's going to say sodium acetate, and now I'm ordering some or trying to make it again, in which case it's all just a waste of time and money. Well, that's it for this video, and check out my other videos and subscribe, and